local all morning. The Fox 61 Morning News starts now.
Right now at 6 o'clock, officers found a man shot after his car crashed. He was later pronounced dead at a hospital, and they're busy searching for the shooter. We'll tell you what you can do to help.
At a car crashing into a local pharmacy, one woman says she narrowly escaped. We'll have more.
Wow. And can you believe it's been 10 years this week since Superstorm Sandy hit the East Coast? We're going to have a recap of the damage left behind.
Oh, good morning. Happy Friday. Thanks for starting off yours with us here at Fox 61 America Areas.
And I'm Tim Lammers. Good morning to you as we start with a live look from Wethersfield Cove. Of course, it's dark, but you can still see nice calm waters there on the cove as we're looking towards I think what's going to be a pretty good weekend, right?
Yeah, we're checking in with Sam Perry this morning, 6 o'clock. Hello.
Yes, and good morning to you guys. Happy Friday, and I have great news today and this weekend. It's going to be beautiful.
Fantastic.
So enjoy, and temperatures are going to be okay to take too. It could be a whole lot worse. Good morning, everyone. We're in the upper 30s and lower 40s. There is a frost advisory, and I'm actually kind of wondering why they put this up. Look at 40 winds and locks. Now, yes, there's 36 Willimantic and 37. But first of all, we've had widespread frost before, and second of all, we have the wind up. And if there is a frost, it's probably a speck in Willimantic because these temperatures really aren't supporting it, especially with the wind going on, mixing up the atmosphere. So you're not going to get frost coalescing on any substrate. So we have those wind speeds at 10 to 15 with gusts of 18 in New Haven. And so it does feel like you're near freezing in some areas. So yes, kids, bundle up a little bit. We have mostly clear skies this morning. Some high clouds will be with us today due to the jet stream flow coming out of Texas. Basically, you can see that with the models. It looks pretty good for the bus stop. Again, this morning, brisk and cool with temperatures in the upper 30s to lower 40s. And this afternoon, lots of sunshine. Not bad at all. Cool, though, temperatures in the 50s. Let's get out of the way so I can show you the numbers, everyone. And everyone else is just going to really enjoy the weekend with temperatures back up and the mild 60s. Coming up, we're going to detail. Of course, you already see the weekend as a little bit of a preview. And we'll talk about the Halloween forecast and getting into November. Are we going to have any cold and snow? I'll have the details coming up on your Fox 61 7-day forecast. Lauren, we're 6 o'clock hour. How's the traffic looking?
It pains me to hear you say the word snow. I just felt physical pain when you just said that.
It's okay. It's okay.
No time soon. I'm not allowing it. Good morning, everyone. A fairly quiet morning out here on the roads. As of right now, lots of construction throughout the state, wrapping up in the 5 and the 6 o'clock hour. Let's bring you out to the Hartford area. We're seeing some heavy delays on the southbound side of I-91 over in the Wethersfield, Rocky Hill area as we take a live look out there just because of construction cleanup. But unfortunately, once you get stuck in this, you're stuck. And it's going to take about 20 to 25 minutes to get yourself through it. So luckily, no incidents to report, but it will clear eventually. That happened over in West Hartford in the 5 o'clock hour. Now traffic is moving just fine on I-84 east and westbound. New Haven, 91 and 95, both looking good. And as we move down into Fairfield County, we're starting to see those delays start to ramp up on the southbound side of I-95, Bridgeport to Fairfield, and then once again, Norwalk through Darien because there is some construction down over in the Darien area. As we take a live look out on the roads right now, Bridgeport is okay. We're starting to see that heavier volume down in Fairfield. We'll check in again on the roads coming up in the next half hour. For now, Tim and Erica, back over to you. Good morning.
And good morning.
Hartford police say a 23-year-old man was killed in a shooting last night right after a crash.
Fox 61's Julia LeBlanc joins us now live from the police department. Julia, what can you tell us?
Good morning to you both. Yeah, police say this all started with a crash and ended in a homicide. And now we know the name of the 23-year-old Hartford man who was killed. Now, police say that Manuel Rodriguez was crashed in his car. He was found unresponsive on Hillside Ave around 5:30 last night, crashed into a fence and tree. Police say they initially got the call through a shot spotter activation, and they found multiple gunshot wounds on Rodriguez before he was sent to the hospital where he later died. Now, there was another person in his car, a woman. She was also taken to the hospital but had minor injuries, they say, from the crash. Now, police say they have found the suspect's car, but at last check, they have not found the suspect. At this point in the investigation, police believe the crash happened near the area of Flatbush and New Park Ave. They say the suspect hit the back of Rodriguez's car and then drove off, but it didn't end there.
Our victim attempted to follow the vehicle, followed throughout the city, at which time a passenger of our suspect vehicle exited and fired rounds into the victim's vehicle.
Now, police say that it is too soon to tell if the suspect and Rodriguez knew one another that were involved in this incident, but they do say they believe that this was a targeted attack, and therefore, even though a suspect is out on the loose last time we checked, they do not believe that there is any danger to the public at this time. Now, this death, Rodriguez's death, marks the 33rd homicide here in Hartford this year. We are live here in Hartford, right outside of the police department. Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61 News.
Julia, thank you. We will check back throughout the morning. And we have an update for you to a car crash in Southington that closed down several streets, Queen Street, for several hours yesterday morning. Police say they're investigating it as a homicide. The vehicle hit a utility pole just after midnight across from Outback Steakhouse. 28-year-old Jose Principe was pronounced dead shortly after that crash. Investigators say he was shot in the torso. People trying to get to work near the crash site say that they had a hard time getting in since Queen Street was closed for several hours.
And the car was still there, which was kind of awful to see the car they hadn't even taken it away yet. So I felt really bad. And then I heard he got shot.
At the scene of the crash, police arrested 43-year-old Victor Perez of Meriden. They say he didn't cooperate with officers and had a loaded gun on him. Since Perez is a convicted felon, he's charged with criminal possession of a pistol, but it's unclear if he'll be charged in Principe's death.
Well, today, the decades-old cold case trial that was revived because of DNA technology continues. Michael Sharp is accused of sexually assaulting 4 women 38 years ago. Now, back in 1984, police did collect items that were covered in blood, hair, and bodily fluids, but back then, that wasn't enough to get a conviction. 2 years ago, though, investigators tested DNA found on those items, and yesterday they said that the DNA tied Sharp to the crimes. The trial should last 6 to 7 days before the jury starts to deliberate, I should say. If Sharp is convicted, he could face up to 100 years behind bars. Well, take a look at this. A car crashed right into Westtown Pharmacy in Manchester yesterday. And boy, we mean into it. The whole car was inside the building, it looks like. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. This happened around 5 p.m. yesterday on Hartford Road. A witness who was inside said she heard the driver say that she hit the gas by accident instead of the brake.
Customs and Border Protection officers seized more than 7,000 fake driver's licenses, including some Connecticut fake IDs. Officers at Louisville's port of entry found more than 4,400 in 2 shipments from Hong Kong. About 3,300 were seized earlier this month. Now, this latest shipment included fake IDs from 11 states, including Connecticut, New York, and New Jersey. Authorities say most of the fakes were for college-age students. Happening today, a ceremony is expected to be held in Putnam to commemorate groundbreaking on the Connecticut National Guard's Putnam Readiness Center. It's happening at 11 o'clock on Pomfret Street. The Readiness Center will provide the Connecticut National Guard enhanced operations to train for federal mobilizations and respond to emergencies. The facility is being funded by $6.5 million from the state, as well as leveraging $21.5 million in federal military construction funding.